cost of labour just gets cheaper and cheaper. Of course, there will be no more jobs. There'll be more jobs, but at what price? I'll tell you the price of our living standards. Australia faces $1 trillion of Liberal Labor debt. It's unprecedented in the nation's history. Home loan interest rates will inevitably rise. They won't just double thanks to the Liberal mountain of debt, they'll quadruple. Inflation in the United Kingdom is currently at 6.2%, and inflation in the United States has reached 7.9%. Currently, 40% of all Australian mortgages are under stress. When home loan interest rates double from 2 to 4%, as we know, 60% of all Australians will lose their homes, lose their mortgages. When loan interest rates go up to 6%, nearly 80% of mortgages in Australia will fail. When Australians lose their home because of increased home loan rates, nothing will stop Australian homes' assets from being sold offshore to foreign buyers, or the government would be the only buyers who could print enough money, then lease you back your own home. That's what they want, to control your freedom, your movement and your property. The property market will crash, and Australians who own their own home will see the value of it diminish. Because of the Liberal Labor debt, Australians will become economic slaves in their own country. Save Australia we must. Save Australia we will. Save Australians' homes and families. Australia must act now to save Australian homes, to save our country, our economy, and to protect our freedom and our independence. This is a national crisis. We must preserve the home and wealth each Australian currently has. Home ownership has been the cornerstone of our country for over 70 years. The United Australia Party has high on its agenda to implement policies that will allow younger Australians to enter the market so that they can establish their home, their family, and remain a stability in our community. Australians can never, ever trust the Liberal Party, the Greens or Labor. They've sold out our country. Under Craig Kelly's leadership, the United Australia Party will reassert the government control it has under the Constitution for the benefit of all Australians. By requiring the interest rate on all housing loans to stay, as you know, below 3% for the next 5 years. Only the United Australia Party can ensure that home loan interest rates remain below 3% for 5 years. Australians must vote for the United Australia Party to save their home and to save their family's wealth, even if they work for the ABC. And you know, current projections are that it'll take nearly 180 years to repay the mountain of debt. But Josh Frydenberg says we won't even start repaying the debt for 10 years after he's left Parliament. Stop generations of Australians becoming economic slaves in their own land. The United Australia Party will deal with a Liberal $1 trillion of debt by implementing measures designed to protect the Australian economy from the impact of the failures of the political class of the Liberal, Labors and the Greens. As you know, Australian iron ore is supplying the boom in manufacturing in Asia, upon which the economies of China, Hong Kong, Korea and the rest of Asia depend. Asia's reliant upon Australian iron ore. Without it, they just can't function. Their standard of living will be destroyed. That is the reality of the tens of trillions of dollars that has been invested since the 1950s in China.